The Stephen Gallacher Foundation Classic for boys and girls was once again held at Goswick Golf Club just south of Berwick-upon-Tweed. This fantastic links course, which has held Open Championship qualifiers, always provides a stern test, especially when the early season wind and rain blow in off the North Sea as strongly as they did this year. In fact, conditions were severe enough to cut the girls' competition down to just 54 holes. Coping better than most though was Antonia Emerson, here with a nice approach to the 16th in her third and now final round. She would finish in second place. The golfer out in front, who by now had a commanding lead, was Sabrina Wong from Cathkin Braes, who was looking to add another title to her growing list of wins in the girls' game. Wrapped up against the elements, she was a full 12 shots clear as she teed off in 17. She even managed to give herself a look at birdie on the penultimate hole with this approach, but would have to settle for a par. That said, pars were impressive enough in the conditions, which were at their worst for the golfers who were now finishing off. Another outside chance for a birdie here on the last came up just short. Finishing off alongside Sabrina was Jodie Graham, who's more often than not in contention at foundation events, but it's hard to tell whether it was another top 3 place or just surviving 18 holes which brought the most pleasure. A final par to finish for Sabrina, relief all round at the thought of getting in to warm up and dry off in the clubhouse, and when the cards were all checked, it would be a 13-shot victory for the 13-year-old Sabrina. Congratulations on a very impressive win. So to the boys' tournament, where it was Baberton's Lucas Smith who was taking a 5-shot lead into the final day's play, which would see the boys play 36 holes as the weather was finally beginning to clear. In fact, the sun was out as the golfers finished their morning rounds, which encouraged Harvey Allen from St Andrews to finish with a birdie. The ironic celebrations hinting at how much of a struggle the previous 17 holes had been. Starting the day 5 shots off the lead, Jonty Butcher was trying to claw back more than a few dropped shots from earlier in the round, and would birdie 17 after this nice chip back onto the green. Doing likewise was Archie Cook. He had started a further 2 shots back, but both had the knowledge that today really was the kind of day that anything could happen. That being said, Lucas Smith, coming up behind them on 17, was keeping things going with some very steady play. This was his approach to the 17th, setting up an eagle attempt. Wind assisted down the par 5. Matching that was Robbie Welsh from the new club St Andrews. He had fallen 8 shots off the lead, but was looking to improve his score and his mood by setting up his own eagle opportunity. At least things were beginning to dry up a little, but still pretty cold out there. Lucas Smith would have to settle for his birdie, but a fantastic eagle here from Robbie to put a smile on his face before heading in for a very quick lunch. The third golfer in the final group was Kai Lang, who nearly holed out from distance to birdie the last, but he would also start his final round 7 shots back after Lucas Smith secured a birdie finish with this putt on 18. So to a breezy but dry final round. Could anyone make a charge through the pack? Well, Jamie Reid from Carnoustie, Caledonia had a decent final day, moving up to 4th from 13th place. Finlay Hazelwood would play his final round in level par, with some smart short game play like here at 9. A 5th place finish for another Carnoustie Caledonia golfer. It was Archie Cook who was trying to get closest to our leader. This putt at 9 would see him reach the turn in level par for his final round. However, in the leading group out behind, Luca Smith was looking increasingly comfortable. A brilliant tee shot from him here at the 9th. That was converted for a birdie, and that would see him reach the turn in 2 under par for his afternoon round. Archie Cook was still trying to close the gap though, but with holes running out, he needed these putts that were still dropping to be for birdies and not for par, as was the case for him here on the 13th. Playing partner Harry Jacks was on his way to finishing in 6th place after a poor morning round. A nice approach here though at the 16th, which would be very neatly converted for his 5th birdie of the day. Look at that, never anywhere else. Almost a smile after a tough day in the links from Harry. That birdie 3 would be matched by Jonty Butcher, who would finish on the same score. But so to the closing stages, where our leader Luca Smith was very comfortable, 8 shots clear, as he holed out for a par here on 17. On the final green, Kai Lang had this birdie attempt to claim 2nd place on his own, but with the ball not dropping, it meant that Archie Cook would be the runner-up on countback. A 2-putt par then for an 8-shot winning margin for our winner Luca Smith from Baberton Golf Club in Edinburgh. A fantastic effort to beat a quality field by such a large winning margin. Congratulations to Luca as he picks up the Stephen Gallacher Foundation Boys Classic Trophy for 2025. Well done again, and a big thanks to our host venue, Goswick.